Hello everyone, Chris here with the Vintage Warlock channel. I hope you're all safe and well. It's been a while since I've uploaded a watch review, but I really wanted to get back into it, and today I'm looking at a watch that really sort of inspired me to get back into doing these reviews for you. It is the Boldr Odyssey 45mm dive watch. It is a fantastic watch. It is a big watch though, so if you've got wrists that are 7.5 inches or bigger, this watch may be for you. If you have smaller wrists, this may not be the watch for you. But stick around anyway, have a look at the review and see what you think. So, snappy intro out the way, let's have a look at this watch then. So it came to me in this pretty impressive looking case. I've noticed that a few smaller watch suppliers are doing that at the moment, and even some of the bigger ones like Satina seem to have this kind of case. Opening up the watch itself, you can see you've got the watch on the left hand side, and then you've got a booklet and some goodies in there as well. So, putting the watch to one side for the moment, we'll get to that in a minute. You've got a set of pretty well looking destructions on there. You've got a couple of other bits as well, including some Boldr stickers. They look alright. You've got a lovely little manual. It's actually got the degree of water resistance as well, celebrating the fact that this is a 500-meter water resistance diver, and we'll get onto that in a moment as well, as you'll see. Lots of other instructions within there with various other models and how to operate them. You've also got a nice little clip on there of some pictures that you can put up onto Instagram, and even a thank you letter as well. All in all, the presentation is actually really good. So, having a look at the watch, I think it's a really pretty looking watch. It's a big guy, as I said before. It's 44.5mm across. Obviously it's 316L stainless steel, screw down crown, and you can see the security with that as well. You've got a gasket on the inside there that really helps with that 500-meter water resistance. You've got sapphire crystal over the top of the watch. The bezel itself is actually sapphire crystal as well, and it is a 120 click unidirectional bezel, and as you can hear from it, it is very smooth. It goes across very nicely, and there's no bounce, there's no back play either. So on the front, the dial is really clear and legible. You've got the minute chapter on the outer ring. You've then got an inner ring there where they've put the indices, and they're all applied indices by the way as well. Absolutely fantastic. And then on the inner ring you've got this sort of it's hard to sort of say, it's almost like a grainy dial. You've got the Boldr at 12 o'clock and the logo. Underneath at the 6 o'clock you've got Odyssey automatic, and then you've got 500 meters or 1,650 feet. And then obviously you've got the date wheel underneath that at 6 o'clock. All in all, it integrates really well, and I really like how the date wheel just matches with everything else on the dial as well. Really nice touch by Boldr. So popping a link and having a look at the case back, and again you can see Boldr's attention to detail when it comes to it. On the outside, screw down at the screw down case back, you've got some quick release on the side as well. I don't know why you'd want to swap this over to a rubber strap, and I'll get onto that in a moment. But you've got 500 meters water resistance, 1,650 feet. You've got the number in this limited edition, so there's only 200 of these being made at the moment. I've got number 21 of 200, automatic, sapphire, stainless steel, and Boldr Odyssey. And in the middle you've got some sort of etching. It's like it's sort of like mosaic-y with holding a trident. I think again it's a really nice sort of applied touch by Boldr. So let's quickly touch on the Lume before I move on to the other parts of it. It's good, it is really good. Unfortunately my camera doesn't do justice in picking it up. It is super luminova, heaps of it on the dial. It lasts for hours. I haven't timed it myself, but I can tell you it lasts for hours. So let's have a look at the watch again before I put it on wrist. So let's have a look at it in hand. First of all, I didn't mention the movement at the beginning. The movement is a Miyota 9000 series. I think it's the movement 9015 automatic movement. That means it hacks, it hand winds as well. And I quite like the Miyota movements, the 9000 series. I think they're terrific to have, especially on these bigger, bolder watches. You've got your helium escape valve, which I've just shown on the side as well, and the bracelet itself, I mean, it is mega comfy. I mean, you could wear that thing and have no issues whatsoever. So I'm going to continue to rattle through some of the specifications that I didn't really go through at the beginning. Of course, as you can see on here, there is some AR coating on the watch as well. It does make it legible, although you can see a reflection in the studio lights. There's still not that noticeable a reflection. Furthermore, the case thickness itself is 16.2 millimeters. That means it is going to be thick, as we mentioned before. The lugs that I'd mentioned with the quick release bracelets is a 22 millimeter lug, fairly standard for a larger watch, and you should have heaps of different strap options to change it over with. A bit disappointed though that Boldr didn't include any additional straps for free on there, like a NATO strap or a rubber strap. I think a rubber strap in particular would be pretty good with this watch, especially if you are going to take it diving as well. So here it is on my 7.5 inch wrist, and as you can see, the 45.5 millimeter diameter with a lug to lug thickness of 52 millimeters and a lug size of 22 millimeters really means that this guy is huge on the wrist. I mean, it is a bad boy. Full weight of this watch is 235 grams. I removed 4 links from the bracelet myself in order to make it wearable for me. There's 6 holes of micro adjust, so that's perfect. So just to summarise on today, what do I like about this watch and what don't I like about this watch? So first of all, I should say that I don't like the size of it because it's too big, but I can't help but like it. It is so unashamed and unabashedly big. It is a big watch. It's meant to be big. It's not meant to be a small watch. It is just a big watch, and that's what it's always going to be. So as much as, you know, people in the comments will say, oh, it's just too big, it's too scaring a watch, that's exactly what it's meant to be, and I have to give it props for that. I also like the fact that it is you know, sort of silver and clearly legible. They do come in different colours as well. I think there's 200 in each of the runs. You've got a meteor black dial, you've got a blue, a green, and obviously you've got this wave silver dial as well. I like the fact that the screw down crown is signed. I like the applied indices. I like all of that sort of things. I think my one major concern with it really is the quick release straps. You know, it would be nice. You've got quick release, so it would be nice to potentially have some strap options to potentially get, you know, sort of a rubber strap maybe. I don't think a NATO would particularly suit this watch just because of how massive this watch is. I think anything else underneath would have it bobbling around like no one's business. But apart from that, you know, that's really my major sort of down with it so often. I'm still in the honeymoon phase with it, so, you know, I'll have to give you guys an update towards the end of the year and see how I feel with it otherwise. The other stuff is the price as well. I'm not sure how much it's going to be in the US and in Europe. What I can say is in the UK, you're currently looking at this watch at around £575. I think on the Boldr website it comes out at around $649, so, you know, it's a reasonable price for this watch. However, with the Miyota movement, it's right at the top end of what you would spend. But if you do spend that money, what you do get is an incredibly well-spec'd watch for bigger wrists. It is very attractive and it's very futuristic as well. It doesn't have any curves, it's very angular, and that really makes it an attractive watch. But anyway guys, let me stop rambling. If you like this video, please give it a like, share and subscribe to the channel. No affiliate links in the description this time. This is not a paid promotion. I've actually bought this watch myself out of my own money, and I'm going to be doing much more of these types of reviews as I go on. So please, if you like it, leave a comment and we'll see you again in the next video.